Yes, let's get started. Thanks, Ashish.
Yes. So, thank you everyone for joining. Good morning to you all. And I welcome you on behalf of BMC and Vyomlabs for a webinar on 4 ways to accelerate your workloads. Thank you for joining. Hello, I'm Ashish Koth. I've been working with Vyomlabs since more than 15 years, having 15 plus years of experience into IT automations initiatives for organizations, helping them in automating their infrastructure as well as workloads. Also, I'm an accredited Control-M SaaS consultant and AWS certified architect. Over to you, Gemma. Gemma is helping me in this webinar. Over to you, Gemma.
Perfect. Thank you, Ashish. Hi, everyone. My name is Gemma Morgan. I'm the Regional Sales Manager for Helix Control-M, which is what we refer to as our SaaS Control-M platform here in North America, and looking forward to chatting with you all a little more today about. So here's a brief agenda for everyone. So I will go through a brief overview of Helix Control-M and the value it's providing, and also our partnership with Vyomlabs. And then I will hand over to Ashish to talk a little bit more about how you can accelerate new business applications with Helix, specific DevOps capabilities, hybrid and multi-cloud capabilities, and then also a deeper dive into Vyomlabs accelerators and how they're enabling you to realize time to value around Helix even quicker. And then we'll pass on to a demo and we'll hopefully have some time for Q&A at the end. So this is just a brief introduction of Helix Control-M. And for anyone who might be familiar with Control-M on the call today, the items on the left-hand side are really benefits and value that you get from Control-M, no matter what the deployment model. So whether it's on-premise or in SaaS, things like being able to monitor and integrate orchestration across all of your applications, be it on-prem or in your cloud-based environments, enabling business agility by integrating into your DevOps tool chain, which Ashish will go through in a little more detail later on in the call, and gaining actionable insights. So being able to look at things like your SLAs, how are we performing against those? How can we improve our time from the start of our orchestration workflow to the end to ensure we're able to meet those in a timely fashion? The items on the right-hand side are really specific to Helix. So being able to focus on your core business. I speak to a lot of customers that talk about, I want to focus less on the plumbing and the what of the product. I just want to do the work and provide the business services. So being able to really focus on that, engage with your business more efficiently. And that time to value is a key benefit of SaaS. And I think of any SaaS platform is ease of onboarding, ease of rollout into production, not only from day one, but as you bring in new use cases over time. And this is something we've definitely seen with Helix customers today that have been able to get live in production as quick as 30 days, which I'll talk to a little more in later slides. So this is the business challenge that we come across with many customers that don't have a solution in place like Control-M. The solution stack that customers are leveraging is rapidly increasing. The amount of teams that need to have input into what orchestration is done where to provide the business services on the right-hand side is increasing on a day-to-day basis. Without having a centralized orchestration tool, most of these solutions have their own orchestration capabilities. However, it provides a real challenge into gaining visibility into that end-to-end workflow. And specifically, if something goes wrong, that mean time to repair can really be slowed down. And this is where something like Control-M can really provide a benefit. We talk about it as an orchestrator of orchestrators. So it's not designed to necessarily come in and replace what you might be doing today from an orchestration capability within AWS or within Hadoop or within whatever you might be leveraging within your environment. It's designed to integrate with those workflows and sit over the top to elevate your visibility, elevate that end-to-end view and give you that single pane of glass view into everything you're doing from an orchestration capability to provide those business services. One way we do that is we have some out-of-the-box capabilities with Control-M. However, we found, and this is, we're talking, say, over 5 years ago, we found that the number of applications that customers were leveraging and the number of platforms that customers were leveraging were growing at a rate that, frankly, we just couldn't keep up with from a development standpoint. So we developed a capability called Application Integrator. An Application Integrator allows you to build your own job type to integrate with these applications and these platforms. So that truly means that even if perhaps it's not coming as an out-of-the-box capability, you can build your own reusable template that allows you to integrate into any application you might be using today and in the future. And this is definitely something that Helix customers have seen as a huge benefit is, okay, you might support everything I'm doing today, but what if that changes in a week or a year or 2 years? I want to make sure I have a platform that can grow with me as my needs and requirements grow to ensure I continue providing service to the business. So this is obviously a huge differentiator of Control-M full stop and specifically Helix. Next slide. Perfect. So we've onboarded a number of different customers from finance to retail to telco to insurance. And all of those customers have been able to onboard quickly and successfully. These are just a few quotes from those customers about some of the benefits they're realizing out of the box with Control-M in very quick and short time frame. And obviously a huge part of this success is our partners, like Vyomlabs. Vyomlabs is a premier partner of us for Control-M, both in the on-premise space and now with Helix. And like I mentioned, they're going to talk a little more about some of the solutions and capabilities they've put in place to wrap around Control-M to help ensure we're even more successful in the future and we can continue to grow and scale at a rapid rate. So with that, I will hand it over to you, Ashish. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Gemma, for this lovely presentation about letting us know about the Helix Control-M. Just will take a couple of minutes of introducing Vyomlabs. So Vyomlabs as an organization is around 2003 that we have established. Employee strength of 2,000 plus, offices in US, India, we have our headquarters, and 700 plus BMC implementations that we have done both on-premise and now on Helix. Our featured services are revolving around core on BMC implementations, consulting, trainings, AWS implementations, Salesforce, and automation edge and service rise. So before starting the presentation, what I thought is I'll just take you through a small video on a scenario that I just experienced a couple of weeks back. And it says that, okay, a big food fan. So taking the same example, recently I'd ordered a few burgers and pizzas for my family. And what I found is it was really going good when I was getting updates from the food court and the food mart about where my delivery is all about. And everything was going good until I received a call from the delivery boy saying that, oh, he has called about his breakdown of his vehicle, and the same he has communicated to the outlet, and outlet uh, are arranging for another delivery boy to send this package to me. Now, when this was all happening, I actually sat back and I was thinking about how about we have a system that provides a fully automated alerting mechanism and end-to-end automation of the workflows, providing updates to the customers and making them fully aware about how they are getting served. A fully orchestrated platform, fully automated alerting mechanism, and end-to-end business process automation. This would have really helped the outlet, and this is what we are seeing and experiencing through BMC Helix Control-M. And this is what we are going to see in our subsequent slides. We all know and are experienced that how IT is been investing more their efforts and investments going into constructing and building all the platform that we require for launching our applications into production. The goal is simple: providing strong platform for implementations, strong governance, and that too with low cost investments for the wins that are required. F- Coming from here, what we understand is there is a shift, there is a flip of there is a flip of the model where customers are expecting more more applications, less turnaround time, and DevOps coming into picture as a part of new mode of operations. And what we see is real-time platform that is required to support all your applications and business services. And there is where BMC comes and helps the customers to run and reinvent both at the same time, and helping customers for getting autonomous digital enterprise. Let's see how the new mode of business works with Helix Control-M. What we see here is there are different layers, typically 4 layers here, where orchestration is the focus from business application and data pipeline view. This orchestration depends on and connects to the application build and release management and change management, infrastructure optimization tools, depending on which part or state you are in the software development lifecycle, the SDLC, and even change management you are in, and how it is modeled through the business application view, and how DevOps becomes a part of the operations, leveraging a 360-degree view of the entire workflow mechanism that we have to build. DevOps helping us in aligning, creating, modeling our workflows, running them, and managing the workflows. May it be any type of job, whether it's a simple script or an SAP job or database job, all to be modeled. Even file transfers, which are very vital from different customer standpoint, like if we take an example of insurance and banking industry, where the data is very vital, and the data that is received to process comes in the form of file. From there to applying the business logic, the file transfers plays a vital role here, and DevOps providing us an important input from a 360-degree view, jumping into going into the production part, helping us run and manage our workflows, execute it on the required schedules, and even helping from the compliance standpoint, granting a strong compliance for the overall process. Let's see how and what are the advantages of Helix platform over the ground realities when it comes to deployment of infrastructure, workload modeling, and maintenance. When we say about infrastructure, facilitating it, we need to do enough planning when it was when it comes to on premises, and when it comes to Helix, less investment goes into infrastructure building, reduce time for planning for our deployments, and the day one you receive an infrastructure ready, a platform ready for building your workflows. The workload automation, you can directly start with the Helix platform, where the framework is ready, everything is built, you just need to configure, deploy the agents at your on your respective application servers, and you start build constructing your workloads, even not bothering about the uptime and the SLAs that you have, because what AWS provides is 99.95% of application availability, and even you get an monthly heads up about the investments that you have been doing to execute the workloads as a customer. Once the implementation is done, everything is up and running, you talk about maintenance. And when we are talking about maintenance, you imagine a scenario where you have zero maintenance, zero efforts being put into upgrades, maintenance, And if there is a defined timeline for maintenance, just 3 hours, but 365 days you are up and running. And this is what the Helix platform is going to provide us. Migrate confidently from your on-premise job modeling to the Helix platform through the BMC's education platform, where you have your team trained well on how to monitor your jobs, and that's it. You are ready to roll out. Let's see of how the support model for BMC Helix is about. Okay, so there is a NOC team which helps you in managing your infrastructure, in looking at the performance aspect of it. You have an L3 and an L2 level of support being facilitated with all real-time alert mechanism that you can configure for your job failures, your SLAs getting breached, your slack times are about to exhaust, and you have reports that are there for managing your operations, identifying the jobs that have executed successfully, the jobs that have failed, and the SLA breaches and all. Coming to the Vyomlabs Accelerator. Now, what we have built is having a more than decades of experience about working with Control-M. What we have analyzed with different customers, specifically in banking and insurance, or it is sorry, the financial domains, or even energy domains. What we have understood is there are few things that we can really tweak, and we can provide and contribute to how Control-M is really adding value to them. And here are our accelerators for same. We have been talking about Helix platform, which provides the framework at the day one for you to construct your jobs. There is an additional thing that we have provided as a job accelerator, which will further leverage you to model your jobs quickly and ramp up the Control-M job count for you to model your workflows. A count of 1,000, 2,000, maybe 5,000, you can just quickly click execute our utility, and the jobs will be ready into your Helix platform. And this is what the accelerator provides. So from infrastructure, what Helix is providing quickly, helping you with a platform, and this job accelerator will help you in modeling your jobs quickly. The second accelerator about Control-M and RPA. So RPA, as we all know, we all are using RPAs, and the RPA, the jobs are, there are some activities related to infrastructure, some business jobs, and there are applications that have been automated through Control-M. All we can integrate, and we can use a common or a focal point through which we can monitor these jobs. Now what we have done is we have leveraged the Control-M's monitoring utility or the monitoring pan, which we will be able to monitor both RPA and Control-M and your application jobs modeled into Control-M in one umbrella. So from one roof, you will be able to monitor your jobs, take required actions. Either you want to hold, pause, or you want to rerun certain activities, may it be an RPA job also, you will be able to do it quickly. And this is what the integration will provide you. As we are moving from the on-premise to Helix platform, there might be a shift that you need to move from mainframes to even distributed that you are looking for. Micro Focus is one of the applications that has been richly used to help you convert from your mainframe JCL platforms to your distributed computer, to your Control-M distributed platform. When we are saying this, okay, how about the migration? Now, we also provide this utility to help you migrate from your jobs that have been constructed into JCL format into a distributed platform, helping you reduce the migration timelines by 50% of your overall migration project. And this is what this accelerator will help you in doing. Simplistic, easy to manage, and quicker time to revert to your customers. And this is what Control-M mainframe to Control-M distributed utility will provide you with. Over to the demo. We will have a short demo helped by Sumit. Sumit is helping us in the demo part. Over to you, Sumit.
Thanks, Ashish.
So we see that we have modeled some jobs. This is the entire platform of the Control-M SaaS platform, where there are different pans that we have been talking about, or interfaces, planning, monitoring. You have a different managed file transfers console also. So from planning, what you do is you actually model your business workflows, where you construct jobs from different types. May it be an operating system jobs, some database jobs, file transfer jobs, SAP R3, file watchers. So you will all just be able to construct the jobs, even Informatica and Hadoop. You just need to click, drag and drop, and the job you can just start configuring it from the right hand panel, the extreme right. You'll be able to see for a job that what is the name of the job, the schedule that you can have, the script or the command that you can execute. Okay, and you can just configure it, run, provide the required schedule when you want to execute it. And what we have done is we have taken a case of an insurance company where they have a customer onboarding, new policy being provided to the customer, and the customer onboarding process, where we find typical jobs about data messaging, customer data validations, premium pay, the first premium that which gets paid, then the file transfers, providing the receipts of the customer payments, and then the policy generation and dispatch to the customers. So this is what a typical use case that we have taken for this demo. And we see how it is going to execute in the monitoring domain, where Sumit will help us in executing the jobs. So if you see this is the monitoring pan, where you can view how your jobs are executing. You can even take actions. Here we have kept the job on waiting for confirmation from the user perspective. As soon as Sumit, my friend, goes and confirms that, the job will go on executing mode. And you see that there is a data messaging job, which typically from what they do is they model this data that is received from different agents, formulate it in the expected format. They validate that data. Okay, then they check whether the premium has been paid, the first premium been paid, so that the customer is onboarded, completely done. The receipts are being provided, and the information goes into the core insurance application kind of thing. And from there, the policy dispatch goes and executes. And we see that we have modeled this batch as a business service, and there is a business service SLA job which monitors the execution of the entire workflow, where it helps in understanding if any of the job fails. It will quickly alert. It will give an alert early, so that within a required slack time we will be able to take corrective action of any script not getting executed correctly, or any prerequisite that needs to be provided on that specific date. Now this is what the SLA monitoring job will provide. It will help monitoring the jobs. Not only that, it will also help us in understanding and analyzing how the batch is executing, whether it is executing late, and because of which job it is. So from the SLA management job here, you can see that what is the service that executed, how it executed, whether it executed okay, and what are the descriptions of the service. Coming to the service side of it, and here you see that the customer onboarding sorry, the service is executed successfully within the start and the expected end time, and that is what we will be getting as a service window. Taking a negative part of it, okay, where we see that the jobs are constructed, but what we have done is we have failed the job. Okay, so that we understand how, in case of failure, how the alerting mechanism is, just like the delivery boy whose vehicle got broken down and had to communicate. Rather than that, an alerting mechanism fully constructed as a batch, and everybody in the business line will get those alerts, and we see that there is a specific job that is failed. Now there is some slack time that is there, and the operations team, who is a part of DevOps, can actually go do the correction, apply the correction in the production, and sorry, apply the correction that is required, and rerun the jobs, so that we do not breach the SLAs. There is a slack time which is always there provided, and the monitoring, the SLA monitoring, will help us do the comparison study, how much time we have to repair and re-execute. So as a DevOps guy, Sumit will perform the correction, apply the correction, rerun the job, and we'll see how the operation goes seamlessly, in even in case of there is an error or alert. So the premium goes paid now. Again, the correction is rightly applied. The scripts are getting executed, and the batch has been monitored. It is in execution, and it says that okay, I'm running. And you see it from the service that it is under execution mode. It is in progress, and how many jobs are executing, you also will be able to see that. We see that the jobs are towards the completion, the batch is getting completed, and here we see that the correction has been applied. The DevOps part has come into picture. Our DevOps engineer Sumit has rectified this issue and rerun the jobs into the business part of it on the production part. And we go to the services. We can see the events also, the alerts. So when typically a job had failed, okay, the SLA job has provided an urgent attention, okay, with the required slack times in hand, the time for executions. And the critical alert for the respective job. So we don't need to even configure alerting mechanism to each activity or each task or in each execution entity. There is a single job, an SLA monitor, which will do that for us. And that is where even rapid implementations comes into picture. Going to the monitoring part of the services, here you are able to see now that the service is executed successfully, and we are within the slack time, the expectations of the business. And this is how you'll be able to see the reporting mechanism for the services. And here we conclude the demo part. Thank you, Sumit, for the wonderful demo. So moving to the question answer round. Okay, so are there any questions? Moderators, panelists, please help me with any questions that are present.
I don't see any open questions right now. Does anyone have any questions for Ashish or myself?
1 minute. There is one question that I see on my other console that I've logged. There is a question regarding to how are the agents getting deployed for this infrastructure when it comes to the remote execution. Now, uh, good question actually. The Helix platform provides you with the enterprise manager view, okay, which has planning to build those jobs or model those jobs, monitor those jobs. Now, when you want to really model this job and you have an application server in your data center, BMC provides through the configuration part. Okay, it provides the installations packages for your agent. You can just click and there is a code that is provided. From using that code, okay, you can register through your tenant. Now, when every customer gets onboarded, there is a tenant which will get built, and on that tenant, okay, it will get connected to your tenant. The server will be there for you. The server will connect to the agent through the tagging code which you need to provide. The installation is a package installation. You just need to do next and finish. You can create your own users and run as user privileges as we had for the on-prem control part, and it gets installed. You can configure the agent. You can check even the status of the agent, the health of the agent, whether it is available or not, and you can start executing your workloads. That was one of the questions that I received from other question. Yeah, from other console that I was able to see. Any more questions?
There's one, it looks like around HA and how that works on Helix.
Oh, so HA, now typically the case when it comes to on-premises, it had an application based HA is what Control-M on-premises used to support. Here, as there is there is a Helix platform, a SaaS platform based on AWS. AWS, as we all know, provides 99.99911 times, I believe, 11 times 999 percentage of availability. So you have your workflow servers up and running every time. So you don't have to look at really from the HA perspective of it. It is already handled and managed by the platform of AWS. Any more questions? Well, if there are not any, we can actually go ahead. What we can do is, sorry, you can write a feedback to us, and if there are any queries or you want to have any inquiries being done, you can really write to us at info@vyomlabs.com, or Shomit, who is one of my colleague, and Gemma, who is helping me in this webinar. You can write it to you can write an email to them and we'll revert to you with whatever responses are required as per your queries. Even if you want to make your hands dirty, do a trial about executing your workflows. You have a trial link being provided here. Just click the link and you will be able to experience how Helix Control-M works, how the SaaS platform is about. You can even try out certain simple workflows if you want, and you can execute and check. So thank you everyone for attending this demo, this webinar and demo. And thank you, Gemma, and team who really helped us in the presentation and demo. Thank you, team. Do write to us.